Hi loves, I wanted to come on here real quick because today is the first day of spring and I am going to be doing a quick page in my new mini Sabbat journal, spell journal. This is something that I'm just going to be using every Sabbat. So I originally was using a bullet journal that was mixed with craft paper, but I'm allergic to craft, I found out, so I have switched to this mini size of my A5 Filofax. So this is the pocket edition of Pocket Edition Filofax Notebook, and on the elastic I've just got a handmade button pin and handmade charm that I did with everyone over on Patreon. So on the inside, this is the same as, like I said, the notebook. So all of these pages are removable, and I've just gone through and laminated some of my cards, and I'll take them out, as I need to, but for reference and that kind of thing. But so all of this paper comes with it, and then I bought this separate divider that I'm going to put small cut up pieces of paper in this little pocket, and that will be for my little spells, so I can write something down and then burn it or put it in a jar. I have a gratitude jar, so sometimes I like to write on small pieces of paper, roll it up like a scroll, and then put it in my jar. So for today, I'm just going to be using one of these pages, and I'll be using my printables from Patreon and a bonus printable that I just posted yesterday on Patreon, and some washi. And I don't have a real plan. I just know that I wanted to kind of incorporate all of this somehow into it. And so I think this is kind of like my take on cabinet cards. So it's like what I call modern magic, something that's more aesthetic. And, I like vintage as much as I like modern day aesthetic. So I wanted to have that play back and forth between this being like all modern, and then I'll still have my journals that are more like vintage style journaling. So for this, this has like an area to color in the moon phase, write the date, and then a name of like your spell or your ritual up here, and then an area for ingredients. So for major Sabbats, I printed out this from my Just Add Magic kit, and I will leave a link for that. It's the different Sabbats, the generalization of days that they happen, their spellings and pronunciations, and then what I like to do for them. So like for the major Sabbats, I like to create spell jars. This one is my renewal and healing spell jar, and so it's got like coffee and rose petals and Himalayan salt, lavender. All of this is in my Just Add Magic downloadable kit. So I list all of the ingredients. I give the graphics for the ingredients so you could print your own labels. These jars are like the best thing to give to friends and family. I did this one with my daughter, and she had a blast with it. So if you are looking for ready to go kits for each of the Sabbats, then I recommend the kit, because I've kind of like done all the work for you. And then there's printable cards and labels and all that good stuff for each of the Sabbats. And so this part right here on the graphic that I created is from that Just Add Magic kit. And then some of these are going to be in my upcoming kit that is the Basic Witch kit that will be coming to my shop hopefully next week. So this I just printed on sticker paper. This is regular paper. I'm just going to glue stick. But so yeah, this for the major Sabbats, I like to do spell jars, and then the minor Sabbats, which are like, the major Sabbats are like spring, summer, fall, and winter, and the minors are the things that happen in between, like the midpoint between spring and summer, and things like that. So for the minor Sabbats, I like to do either a bath or an altar ritual. It tends to lie more on the altar ritual. I like to refresh my altar and reassess like where I am in my goals and that kind of thing. More than the bath, because I'm allergic to a lot of things, so I can't do a lot of natural ingredients, sadly. But yeah, so So that is going to go somewhere in this book as well. And so I think since this is mainly for my ingredients and things for my spell jar, that's what I'm going to be filling out right here. I think I'm going to glue it on the back and then do like a dashboard or something on the front with the Patreon kit. So let's see what happens. See how I like it. Okay, so I like the minimal look of this. This is really neat. And so the front just kind of gives an overview of the Sabbat and what it marks over here. I like that I did that because I'm going to continue that now on the other ones. Every month on Patreon I give out, whenever there's a Sabbat, I give out stickers like that, so I'll be able to continue that pattern throughout, and it's almost like tabs on the page, so I like that. And then on the back, you know, I always give out what the corresponding herb is. There are several, but this was just one that I resonated with, and a recipe for that. So I like that the detailed information and what I'm going to do about it is on the back, but then the front is like an overview. So again, like I didn't have a plan, but I really like how that idea came about. So, and when I get through with doing all the Sabbats, then I have enough pages that I can move into different moon phases and things like that, and the zodiac. So I like that I have this, and the beauty of it is I can move the pages around as much as I like, just like a happy planner. So that is this one. And then I mentioned the other one that has the craft. That is the one that I was doing like vintage journaling in. So it was this one, and it's got a section in the middle that has craft paper, and it has exposed craft edges. So I'm able to at least show you this as long as I don't touch it too much. But I had used my Sabbat kits. These are the Sabbat mood board kits that I specifically used in this to make the spread. And so it comes with all the stickers and different corresponding things that you can do for your altar, stones, crystals, herbs, you name it. And so I've done one for each of the Sabbats over in my shop. And then in my travel altar, I'm doing a clear travel altar. I decided to go back to my clear that I was using before, and I've laminated all of my mood board collage, monthly mood board collages. And so if there's a Sabbat on that particular month, I did a mood board collage for every month, January through December. And if there's a Sabbat that month, then I put the name. I always put the full moon name. And then if there's any signs that correspond with that month, then I'll put it on the back, as well as, you know, anything epic that's happening. So like the spring equinox today. And so those are also with the mood board art that I was just talking about. And so what I've done is just printed them all out and laminated them. And not only do I like the grid format, but the main reason that I did it was so that you could use this as like a crystal display or, you know, a temporary altar. That's why I call this my travel altar, because if I'm out and about, you know, if it's travel, or even if I'm just like on a nature hike or something like that, you know, I want to do my little ritual, then I can just open it up to this page, and, you know, it acts like a backdrop, you know, so it's kind of like having your physical altar with you, but, you know, just in flat, you know, image display form. So I really like that. And, you know, for those of you that do like crystal alignment and stuff like that, you know, I could see you doing this, because what's cool about laminating is you could draw on it, you know, draw your crystal alignment on it with wet erase or dry erase, and then just remove it when you're done. So these are all over there as well. And I also have some overlays that are the correspondence pages. I made them look like a newspaper, so I print those on vellum and put them over top of this. And right now they are not in this because I'm in transition of moving all of my inserts back over to this, and it was too full to put the vellum in. And also, like, the vellum was a great idea, but I'm going to be laminating them all so they're not tearing, because that vellum correspondence page is the first thing in my travel altar, and so it was getting abused quite a bit and tearing. So I'm still printing them on vellum, but I'll be laminating all of those and putting those on top of these mood boards. And then I am almost done with my oracle cards. So this one, you know, I gave a sneak peek of when during Samhain, and so these are almost done. And so all of this information is what is on the editorial correspondence page that I was just talking about that I print in vellum. So if you just want this information, then you can head over to my shop and download that now and print it. And they are all, you get the PNGs for all of them, so you can resize it and print it however you like. So I'm hoping to, like I said, have the Basic Witch Basic Witch kit coming next week, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day for Ostara, and I hope that you are doing well. So I will see you next time.